first question is introduce yourself with pronouns, your major, your UNI, and your hometown.
Okay. My name is Kyle Hobt. I am a communications major. I am from Des Moines, Iowa, and
Your pronouns.
pronouns, he, him, his.
Perfect. So, are you a member or ally of the LGBTQ community?
I am indeed.
Definitely. Would you mind sharing your identity with us?
I am gay.
Perfect. So, has your journey in the LGBTQ community, has it changed? Has it remained, like, static? Like, did you know that you were gay? When was that?
I actually started to figure out the process when I was in 8th grade. But I went to Catholic school.
Oh, me too.
So it's been like kind of like keep it a secret, whatever. Like not necessarily to like protect myself, but more just like I didn't want to deal with the hassle of coming out to Catholic school.
Definitely.
So I've known for a long time, and I came out after I graduated.
High school or?
High school, yes.
Perfect.
So I came out after high school, and then college definitely opened up a lot of doors to being able to express myself and be who I really am.
Awesome. I'm glad that you have found that place to find your true identity.
Yeah,
so did your identity or being a part of the LGBTQ community affect your decision to attend UNI?
Not necessarily. I actually started college at a Catholic college as well, St. John's University, and I went there for a semester, and I was just like, it's too small. It's not open enough for me.
Yeah.
So I definitely just decided that I needed to be at a bigger school, and UNI was not the biggest of the Iowa schools, so I was like, I'm going to go there because it seems like the in-between.
Yeah, perfect. It's like not too big, not too small. So do you feel accepted at UNI?
Oh, absolutely. I would say I felt the most comfortable here.
Definitely.
I feel like everybody's pretty accepting and pretty open to learning about the community itself.
For sure. And college is a really great time to be like apart from communities that may not be accepting.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
So are you involved in any LGBTQ organizations such as UNI Proud?
I'm not. I have gone to a few, I participate in their panels and, I go to some of the events, but I'm not actually a part of Proud.
Definitely. So, you were part of UNI Proud's drag show.
I was.
Did they reach out to you? How did that process go?
I actually performed in the Dragaganza back in the fall. And this year, I kind of, dropped the ball, and I forgot to sign up, and they actually reached out to me, 2 weeks beforehand, and they were like, hey, we loved your performance in the fall, are you still wanting to perform? We have open slots. And I was like, heck yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Sign me up, and I was it was really touching that they, remembered me at all for the first one, and they were like, hey, you want to come back? And obviously, it's a fun experience, so I didn't want to miss out.
For sure, and it was super, super fun. We got to meet the Vixen. I'm just making sure that it's still recording. I would panic if it didn't. So did you get to meet the Vixen and the other queens?
She, walked in up into where we were all getting ready, and she is just the nicest. She was so excited to meet queens from different areas because she's from Chicago, so she knows the Midwest. But I think it's just fun to be able to go to schools and see who's working to be where she is, maybe.
Definitely. Did you know any of the other queens before performing?
Not personally. No, not from I knew them from last time I performed because a good majority of them had performed at that one too.
Definitely.
But no, not personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, other than
the other show.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes, so it was
cool.
crazy.
So, outside of drag, have you performed in any other artistic expression, like choir, theater?
Yeah, I'm actually part of the UNI Varsity Men's Glee Club.
Ooh la la.
But that's all I've done on campus.
Definitely. In high school, did you do any theater, choir, band?
I did. Yeah, I was in 5 choirs in high school.
Oh, we love.
And then I did the musicals every year too.
For sure. So, did the experience being in performing arts things, did that inspire you to do drag or?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. It gives you the confidence to be able to put yourself out there, as a different personality, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. And public speaking is so much different than putting on a character.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sometimes I guess that might make it a little easier.
Yeah. So, have you been in the audience for any drag shows, or have you attended any gay bars and things like that?
Yes, actually. This past spring break, I went to LA, and I went to a couple gay bars there, and I saw a lot of the queens from RuPaul's Drag Race,
oh, really?
Drag Race and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to see another level of professionalism.
Exactly.
They're doing this for their job, and it's so cool to see the different, especially out in LA and stuff, it's so much.
Yeah, it's so much different than.
Yeah, it's very bougie.
Yeah, like, and you see these people who put like thousands of dollars to their outfits, and you're like,
oh,
love that.
yeah,
For
like,
sure.
You're on a different level than I am, but I love it.
Yeah, outside of LA and experience with RuPaul's Drag Race, have you seen any other like Midwestern Queens or?
Yes, I have gone to Iowa City Studio 13. And they have performances on the weekends, and like they have amateur nights during the week. So like I've gone to a few of those and
definitely
seen some of the local queens and all that they do. And obviously at Pride and stuff, they have like different Des Moines Pride and Cedar Valley Pride. They do drag shows and stuff with
so
like
cool.
a lot of like burgeoning queens. So
oh really?
Yeah,
that is so neat.
Gives them the opportunity.
So I know there are several different bars in Cedar Falls. I know there's Kings and Queens. So how would you compare the environment at like Kings and Queens or at Studio to like a regular bar experience?
I think it's just like a livelier like atmosphere. Like people are like, I don't know. I don't want to say like they're ready to party, but
for sure, yeah.
They
and
just like are like there to have fun. They're there to express themselves. It's a safe space that like everybody around them is most likely going to accept who they are.
For sure. So, I don't know if anyone would ever go to a gay bar and not be accepting, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that the atmosphere is a little bit more exciting, at least to me.
For sure, yeah. That is so neat. For the interview, I wanted you to introduce us to your drag queen. So
okay.
Which queen do you play?
I am Scarlet Rose.
So, like, do you want to talk about, like, how you conceptualized your queen, describing us for those who aren't familiar with Scarlet Rose?
I guess it kind of took a long time to, like, really figure out, like, the separation, because I wanted there to be a separation between Kyle and Scarlet.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, but it's hard to separate it, because, like, I find myself, like, acting like Scarlet sometimes just because I want to be sassy.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like, you want Scarlet to be a little bit, like, more relaxed, but, I don't know, she is definitely, like, she's kind of quiet compared to other queens. Like, I'm not as boisterous as some of the ones that, like, really want to be seen, but obviously, like, doing drag, you're going to be seen. You want to be seen to an extent. But she is, I don't know, it was hard to, like, come up 100% with, like, the separation, I guess, like I said, but she's a good time.
Definitely. Are there any like celebrities or like cultural people that you could like relate to Scarlet? Or?
Oh my goodness. Oh shoot.
even like the songs that you pick. Like,
I guess Ariana Grande is a huge.
Oh, we love that.
I love Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
So I definitely, especially like Seven Rings, I did that song at the past show, and like watching her music video, it's so like excessive.
Oh,
and
I love that.
She's so like excited and like. I don't know, I definitely go towards, like, darker colors. Like, I wear a lot of black, and I like to, like, I don't know, I love to dance around and be a little, like, sexy.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So I definitely, like, I channel Ariana Grande. But then I did Juice by Lizzo. Love that song, too, because it's just upbeat and fun, and it gets the crowd going. It's definitely hard sometimes to, like, pick performing songs.
Oh, for sure.
Because, like, you have to, like, find something that the crowd's going to want to, like, react to, but also that you're going to have fun doing, because otherwise it's not that exciting.
Definitely. And for people who aren't at You and I Proud's event, did you want to like describe like your outfit and your performance?
Oh, sure. I just wear like a t-shirt that said less bitter, more glitter.
Yes.
And like I just like the funniness and like having people look at it, and prancing around in 6-inch heels is always a good time.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Takes a lot of practice.
For sure.
But yeah, and then the other song I was wearing all black mesh shorts and like mid-calf leather boots with 6-inch heels, which is a good time.
Oh, for sure. So you said that you have done other drag shows. What other songs are a part of your repertoire?
Well, I've actually, The Fall was my first show, like, at U and I did Hard Out Here by Lily Allen.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a comedic song, so it's like you can incorporate some funny things with that song and get the crowd amped up.
Oh, for sure. And those are really great crowd-pleasing songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So have you faced any stigma or judgment about doing drag?
That's actually, like, one of my biggest things, like, especially, like, trying to, like, meet guys. Like, how do you tell them that you, like, dress up like a woman and, like, dance around? Like, it's kind of, like, it's tough because a lot of people are, like, ew, why do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Like, you're a guy. And it's, like, I am a guy, you're right, but...
True. And a performance is different than what you identify as.
Exactly. And I think sometimes, especially people outside of the LGBTQ plus community, they like, don't understand that. Yeah. It's like, it's just a performance. I'm just out here to, like, show people a good time. Like,
exactly.
I don't like identify as a woman, or I'm still a man for this. It's just a fun thing to do.
It is so interesting how people, especially people who aren't well versed in LGBTQ issues, they think that someone who does do a performance is someone who's transgender, and just because someone you're on stage like being a woman, but then like that doesn't mean that you're walking around every day doing that.
I mean, as much as I'd like to walk around UNI's campus in heels,
like that'd be amazing. Like, love that.
No, and the definitely big thing was like my family as well with it. They. Like, I was scared to tell any of them, because...
Are they more on the conservative side?
My parents definitely are. My siblings are super accepting of all of it, but I'm still nervous to tell them, just because it's one of those things where you just don't know how people are going to react, so...
Definitely, for sure.
But they've reacted well so far.
Good, I'm glad.
My siblings have.
Yeah.
Parents don't know.
Oh, no, yeah, you're fine. So do you feel more comfortable in drag, or do you feel less comfortable?
I think I definitely feel more comfortable in drag. Like, it's just... It's like I said before, it's a character, it's a persona, and like you kind of have to be like that or it's gonna fall flat, I guess.
Definitely. Like, yeah, because it's hard to see people get out of character on stage, and you kind of feel for them.
There's a confidence that comes with it, and you kind of have to.
Definitely. So is there anyone in the drag community that's like inspired you to drag, or anyone that you like to mimic or anything?
I guess not necessarily anybody specific. I've just gone, like I said, I've gone to all the Pride events, and then Cedar Valley Pride and Des Moines Pride, and there's a lot of queens up there, and it's like, oh my gosh, if they can get up there and look that fabulous, I want to give it a shot.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's a good time. Put a little flair on it. Put a little Scarlet flair on it.
Oh, I love that. And I love your name. That's so funny. How did you come up with the name?
I actually didn't even come up with the name until I bought the wig. I have a red wig.
Yeah.
Like a dark red wig. And I have red hair myself. So I was just kind of playing around with different colors and different just random things. And I went online and did all the drag queen name generators, and I was
oh, really?
Yeah,
that's a thing.
But absolutely. You put in your name, your pet's name, and all this stuff, and it pops out a name for you.
Yeah.
But I just was kind of getting results from that and trying to make it my own, not necessarily what it spit out for me. But then I had ordered the red wig, and I was like, Scarlet, that works. And then I really like rosé.
Oh, same,
so I was like, I'm going to just smash these together, and it sounded good. So.
We love that. That's so funny. So, what is another question? So what quality in your drag persona do you wish that you had in real life?
Oh, my gosh. I would definitely say just, the confidence level. I get out there, and, when you're in drag, you kind of have to, step up your game and, be more out there,
yeah.
And I think definitely in the LGBTQ community, drag queens are kind of seen as a certain sort of pillar, they are an existence in their own, and people kind of look up to it because they are so confident, because they do put themselves out there, especially in public, they are representatives for our community.
Definitely.
In a big different kind of way. So I definitely wish that I had the confidence that Scarlet has.
For sure, but it's a great way to, because I know a lot of people have a hard time presenting as themselves. So having that character to go behind to give them confidence is a really cool thing to have.
Yeah, so it's when I come out of it and I'm back to Kyle, I'm kind of okay, I'm still pretty confident when it comes to stuff, but
yeah.
Scarlet's definitely on
it's next level,
yeah.
For sure. So what is someone who hasn't been to a drag bar, what would you give them advice as their first show or something?
Well, first, tip your queens. No.
That is a thing though, because people don't know about that.
Because a lot of times that's how they get their money for the night. If they're doing it for a job, getting tips is how they survive.
Because I went to the gay 90s and no one knew that they should tip.
Exactly.
It's a huge part of it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But no, I definitely say just let go. Don't be afraid to be yourself, because that's the point of it. Is to be able to let go, express yourself, be crazy, have fun. I don't know. I feel I've seen a lot of people come to drag bars or gay bars in general, and they're just especially my friends that aren't part of the LGBTQ community, that just kind of close up. They're they don't know how to act. They're
exactly.
Okay, I don't feel I belong here, but it's nah, everybody belongs there.
Exactly, because it's a space for allies as well as people in the community.
So I think it's just let go, have some fun, enjoy yourself.
It is a super fun environment.
Oh yeah.
So what would make a good ally at a drag event?
What would make a good ally?
Like someone who isn't in the LGBTQ community but is like attending an event, like what would make them a good ally?
I don't know, just like be as supportive as you can, because like we're putting ourselves out there. People, like I said, people struggle to put themselves out there. People have their own stories. Like just letting them know that like you're there to support them, like cheer for them, love them.
Definitely.
Like show your support. That's huge.
And I saw your roommate was like dancing with you.
Yeah.
That was like the funniest thing ever. I loved that.
I would say he's been a huge supporter, and like that was one thing I was just like nervous, but every time I come up with something new or like I make a new outfit, I'm like, hey, look at this. Like, do you like this? Does this look good? He's like, yeah, that's good. So like he's been huge. He's been a huge support.
That is awesome that you have a support system like that.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
It's great.
So you talked about a couple drag songs that you have performed. What would be like a dream song to do? Like if you were on RuPaul's Drag Race, like what would like one song that you would have to do?
Oh, well, anything Ariana Grande.
Oh, 100%.
I've already done Ariana, but like there's so many that I would love to do. I don't know. A lot of Demi Lovato is pretty good to dance to and like party to, because she's kind of an upbeat person too. I know in the fall I was gonna do Daddy Issues by Demi Lovato.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that one's it could be comedic. I mean, when you listen to it, it's pretty funny, but it would just be fun to like exaggerate it and put it out there.
Because like once people are melodramatic, it almost makes it like super hilarious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there have been queens on campus in the past that like do funny things like way over the top, like way more than just what the lyric is saying. So like, they'll interpret it a different way, and it's so
hilarious.
Fun.
Yeah. For sure.
Makes
So
for a good show. How
did you learn how to do your makeup and like how to create a drag queen with like a wig, makeup, costume?
It was definitely a long process, and like it was coming down to the wire in the fall, especially like trying to come up with something, because I was like, oh my gosh, I have a show in a week and I have no clue what I'm doing yet.
Yeah.
But I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I have a couple friends that would come over and like we would test things and like see how things would look, or like she would help me do it and then I would try to replicate it later by myself. And I don't know, I just went on Amazon looking for wigs and stuff. I was like, which one
and it's a great resource.
Most? Yeah, you just kind of like run with it, and then I don't know, like you just have to it's a lot of practice.
For sure.
Like a lot of putting it all on, taking it all off, putting parts of it on to learn how to do it better next time, and taking it all off. The process of de-dragging is...
Oh, I'm sure.
So much.
Yeah. Because, like, after the You and I Proud show, I saw some queens went out afterwards, and they went out as, like, themselves, not the character. And, like, to see them, one, at being a drag queen, and then also, like, an hour later being, like, totally themselves is wild.
It's crazy. You go home and, like, you're sad to take it all off because it's a lot of work to put into it, like putting it all on, but you're like, nah, get me out of this. Like,
for sure. Like, we're sweaty and tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long process for sure.
So let's say that you had like a show at 7 p.m. Like, when would you start your process, and like how was that process be?
I would probably start with makeup. Well, yeah, makeup at like 4.
Oh, really?
Probably. Yeah, maybe sometimes earlier, it kind of depends, but this past time I pushed it. I was waiting for my friend to come over so she could help me, and she didn't get off work right away. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like putting on fake nails. I was starting my makeup and like trying to fix the wig to look correctly. And then, like I wear like 7 pairs of tights to like, cause cause I don't shave my legs for it, cause like you should, but like I just wear like 7 pairs of leggings and you can't see
no one
anything.
No one can tell, for sure.
So like I got put on 7 pairs of like pantyhose legging things, and that takes so long, and it's a build-up process, and like if you don't start early enough, you're gonna be late.
I'm sure, like, because I can relate with like prom and things, like when you like wait until the last minute and you're like shoving a fake nail on, like throwing lashes on, and like running out the door.
Yeah, like it's crazy, but it's fun. The build-up is fun.
For sure. So what is like your most memorable time as being a queen on stage? Like, do you have like a song and a specific experience?
Definitely my first time doing Hard Out Here by Lily Allen. Like it was just like, I was so nervous building up to it. Everybody else had performed before, so I was just like, okay, I'm the newbie here.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, once you put it all on, though, like you're ready. Like the persona takes over, and you're like, okay, now I just gotta remember the words.
Exactly. Has that ever been an issue for you?
No.
No.
You get out there, and it's all there. You just have to focus and just let go and have fun, like I've said before.
For sure.
Half of the performance is just having fun yourself.
Yeah. So are there any misconceptions about drag queens?
I don't know. I think that certain queens get definite, like, their first impressions aren't always great, or, like, they, like, get certain, like, reputations in the community as, like, the Vixen, when she came on RuPaul's Drag Race, she wasn't, like, super great. Like, she was kind of, like, perceived as a bitch.
Oh, really?
And, like, that wasn't great. But she came and she's so nice. She was so nice. So, I don't know. I think that people just need to keep an open mind and...
Yeah, because your character isn't yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And she ended up being amazing.
Yeah,
I was, like, literally
incredible.
deceased. Yeah.
Like, I was just blown away. And I was like, oh, I got to perform after that? Okay.
Yeah, and, like, all the queens that were performing in front of her, even, like, the queens that were bold enough to have that be their first time, like, in front of a queen from RuPaul's Drag Race, it's insane.
Like, she was just, oh, my gosh. But she was so excited. She kept telling us all, she's like, you're doing so great. Like, you're amazing. Like, keep going. Like, just keep, like, next level. Like, keep one-upping yourself for next time. And just,
for
like, she was very supportive, too. So, I think that's, And
that's so nice to hear, especially because you can hear that sometimes people who are in the higher-ups don't have time for those people who are...
Which I think we were all a little nervous about, just because it was like, she's a big deal. So, like, coming here, like, who are we? But she definitely made us feel good about it.
Definitely, and she was super supportive.
Oh, yeah.
So, I know that we've done a lot in this podcast episode so far, but is there anything about drag queens that you wanted to add? Anything that you feel like I forgot to put?
I would like to say that if anybody out there is, like, even considering it, just, like, figure out a way to try it once.
Yeah.
Like, or just, like, buy a pair of heels and go from there. That was the first thing I did.
Oh,
I bought a pair of pink heels from Plato's Closet. And I just was like, that's where it all started. And I was just like...
Was there any, like, stigma or anything when you purchased them? Like, did you,
I was nervous as heck. I had I had a female friend with me. And she, like, walked up there with me. But I was, like, nervous. But the cashier, like, didn't even give it a second thought. She was like, okay, like...
Yeah.
Like, checked it out. She didn't question it at all, but I was definitely nervous, like, walking around the store even. I was just like, I'm a guy walking around with heels, but it's just like, it's definitely taken a long time for me to feel comfortable, like, walking around in stores, like, presenting male with female things, just because the community is a little hard to...
For sure.
Explain stuff to sometimes.
Oh, yeah. And, like, I was hoping that you didn't have to, like, this is for my girlfriend or something, you know? Because, like, some people have to feel like they have to have that throwaway.
Yeah, but it's, just be confident. Give drag a shot if you're thinking about it. Just roll with it. It's a good time.
Definitely.
You may unlock something that you didn't know was there.
Yeah, that's so great. So, in conclusion, do you have any, like, YouTube videos of you doing drag? So if someone that was listening to this podcast wanted to see Scarlet Rose, any social medias, or even you could promote your own social media if you wanted.
I don't have anything posted yet. It's been pretty on the down low for me, other than, like, friends and stuff posting stuff if they want to. But I've been considering getting out there and making an Instagram or something. So keep an eye out for Scarlet Rose, y'all.
Oh, for sure. Well, thank you so much for letting me interview you. It's been super interesting hearing about your perspective.